Billy the Mountain, Billy the Mountain. A regular picturesque postcardy mountain residing between lovely Rosamond and Gorman, with his stunning wife Ethel, a tree. Billy was a mountain. Ethel was a tree growing off of his shoulder. Billy was a mountain.
Billy was a mountain.
Ethel was a tree growing off of his shoulder.
Ethel was a tree growing off of his shoulder.
Billy had two big caves for eyes and a cliff for a jaw that would go up and down. And whatever it did, he'd puff out some dust and hack up a boulder. Hack up a boulder. Hack up a boulder. Hack up a boulder.
Now, one day, I believe it was on a Tuesday, a man in a checkered double-knit suit drove up in a large Eldorado Cadillac leased from Bob Spree,
where the freeways meet in Downey.
And he laid a huge bulging envelope right at the corner of Billy the Mountain. That was right where his foot was supposed to be. Now, Billy the Mountain, he couldn't believe it. All those postcards he'd posed for all of those years. And now finally, at last, his royalties.
Royalty check is in, honey.
Yes, Billy the Mountain was rich. And his eyeball caves, they widened in amazement. And his jaw, which was a cliff, well, it dropped 30 feet. A bunch of dust puffed out. Rocks and boulders hacked up. Crushing the Lincoln.
I gave him the money. He acted real funny. He hacked up a rock and it totaled my car. No, any trucks might be bound for the valley. I don't wanna stand here all night in this bar. Don't wanna stand here all night in this bar. Don't wanna stand here all night in this bar.
By 2 o'clock, when the bars had already closed down, Billy had broken the big news to Ethel. And with dust and boulders everywhere, Billy, choked with excitement, announced,
Ethel, we're going on a vacation.
yes! And they were going on a vacation. Oh, and Ethel, like any little woman, she of course was very excited. She creaked a little bit, and some old birds flew off of her. Billy told Ethel they were going to... Yes, they were going to New York.
Ethel, we're going to... New York.
But first, they were gonna stop in Las Vegas.
It's off to Las Vegas to check out the lounges, pull a few handles, and drink a few beers. Ethel, my darling, you know that I love you. I'm glad we could have a vacation this year. Glad we could have a vacation this year.
They left that night, crunching across the Mojave Desert, their voices echoing through the canyons of your minds.
Johnson's. Wanna eat some clams?
The first noteworthy piece of real estate they destroyed was Edwards Air Force Base. And to this very day, wingnuts and data reduction clerks alike speak in reverent whispers about that fateful night when test stand number 1 and the rocket sled itself got launched. I said launched! Launched by a famous mountain nymph and his small wooden wife. Word just in to the KTTV news service undeniably links this mountain and his wife to drug abuse and payoffs as part of a San Joaquin Valley smut ring. However, we can assure parents in the Southern California area the recent narcotics crackdown in Torrance, Hawthorne, Lomita, Westchester, Playa del Rey, Santa Monica, Tujunga, Sunland, San Fernando, Pacoima, Silmer, Newhall, Canoga Park, Palmdale, Glendale, Irwindale, Rolling Hills, Granada Hills, Shadow Hills, Cheviot Hills will now provide the secret evidence the Palmdale grand jury has needed to seek criminal indictment and pave the way for stiffer legislation, increased federal aid, and avert a crippling strike of bartenders and veterinarians throughout the England Empire. Within the week, Jerry Lewis had hosted a telethon. La la la, nice lady. To raise funds for the injured, and homeless, in Glendale. As Billy had just leveled it. And a few miles right outside of town, Billy caused a "Oh, mine, Papa" in the Earth's crust, right over the secret underground dumps, right near the Jack in the Box on Glen Oaks, where they keep the pools of old poison gas and obsolete germ bombs. Just as a freak tornado cruised through,